welcome to Money in the Bank 2013 pre-card, hosted by PD Nice. We're going to get things kicked off with your pre-show match. The Usos versus the Shield for the Tag Team Championships on the pre-show. This match was put on the pre-show due to the two other Money in the Bank matches that we'll talk about later on this feature. So we got the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus, who are the Tag Team Champions, obviously, if you didn't know that, against the Usos. In one day, since day one, these guys have been together. They're twins. They're Rikishi's kids. But I find this, and this is what you'll get for PD Nice, a former pro wrestler, retired pro wrestler, actually, we'll put that, it's a better name, that Usos and Roman Reigns are the same family. I believe they are cousins, because I think all of them are Rock's nephews. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out. I don't think they even use that in storyline. It's really just been Usos winning tag team matches. Jimmy or Jay, I think it was Jimmy who lost to Seth Rollins on SmackDown. Pretty competitive match. I say this is going to be a very competitive match, but it's not the pre-show time for the tag team titles to change hands. So I'm going to go with the Shield to defend. Originally, I was going to say, before Monday night when the Wyatt family debuted, that we would have had Usos win and have Rollins and Reigns versus the Brothers of Destruction, but that has eventually been, eventually or prohibitively been dropped. So we're going with the the Shield over the Usos in the opening pre-show match. Next match we're going to talk about is Ryback versus Chris Jericho. I remember Jericho-holic. I love Chris Jericho's work, and I love the Ryback gimmick. It hurt me. But we saw on SmackDown that knee might be a little better than we think, as Ryback was able to defeat Miz. See, I don't feel like Chris Jericho's going to win. This is just obvious. Who do I want to win? Chris Jericho. Who do I think is going to win? Ryback. I'm going to go with Ryback. He hasn't won a pay-per-view match in almost a year now. So, that should be interesting to see. I also heard rumors that Vicky Guerrero is going to be managing him this Sunday. And maybe that can rebuild the Ryback character to a little bit more of what it is. It wasn't good to start with, but, you know, Goldberg, you are rolled over in your grave and you're not dead yet. The next match we'll talk about is Caitlyn versus AJ Lee, the Divas Champion, for the Divas title. Well, this feud has been the best Divas feud I've seen in years, not Knockout feud. Don't get that confused. I think the Knockouts have been doing great. But the Divas has been the greatest Divas feud I've seen in a while. Caitlyn mocking AJ with her dating life. Daniel Bryan, Kane, CM Punk, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler. AJ came out a couple weeks ago in the muscle shirt, and what do you want to call it, pornographic photo of Caitlyn. We had a contract signing just maybe an hour ago on SmackDown. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that the Black Widow defends her title. That would be my niece, AJ Lee. If you go on Wrestling Family, it's the guy who trained you, Magic, who trained me and Jay, Lethal, who trained AJ Lee. So that's how that works out. We're not really family, but we're Wrestling Family. So that's, I'm going to go with AJ to win with the Black Widow. And I actually forgot to say what kind of moves I'm going to say. So if you rewind this, please. The Usos are going to lose with Roman Reigns' spear and Shell Shock and the Vicky Guerrero distraction for Chris Jericho. Ryback, AJ Lee, Black Widow. Now I want to talk about the Intercontinental title match. As soon as I can find my Intercontinental title. That was it. The Intercontinental title, won by Curtis Axel on Father's Day. I saw that match. I was actually not shocked. I thought Curtis Axel was going to win. I am a Paul Heyman guy. So, and I will talk about that in the main event, which I'm going to talk about. Wow, John Cena's not in the main event. That's what PD Nice wants. PD. So this is held by Curtis Axel for Michael McGillicuddy. And Michael McKilligut's career was going nowhere. I put this on Facebook for payback, but I didn't really get a chance to do a video. So here we go. He's the new Intercontinental Champion. I like this. I don't like the feud, the way they did with The Miz. There's really not a lot of story here. But after his first 2 losses, I think Mr. Perfect's son will have to avenge himself, and we're going to see the Perfect Plex. Expect Sin to be in the figure 4. Expect Paul Heyman to help him cheat, and expect the Perfect Plex to single us the end. Now, I did go through those 4 matches very quickly, because I want to get to the other 4 matches, because they have much more hype. The big Money in the Bank ladder matches. We're not going to talk about Money in the Bank yet. We're going to talk about the World Heavyweight Title Championship match with Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. This all going back to the night after WrestleMania when actually Money in the Bank was cashed in by Dolph Ziggler. They had a rematch at Payback and had a double, what do you call it? Double turn for the worst, I would guess. Not for the worst. I like this heel, Alberto Del Rio, a lot better than the face, and I'm starting to get off with the, show off Dolph Ziggler. I can definitely see, by the way, if you didn't see SmackDown, Sin Cara wrestled Alberto Del Rio, and I had to make a point of this, because, am I Sin Cara now? I mean, really? Dolph Ziggler came out and actually hit a zigzag in the mask. I just wanted to point that out. So, anyway, I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler here, and for SummerSlam, I'm going to get this to a little bit later at the end of the show. I'm going to do a little SummerSlam preview card. Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio for the trifecta at SummerSlam. I'm just going to go with that now. Dolph Ziggler's going to win the belt, and they're going to have the final rematch at SummerSlam. I see Big E Langston versus Dolph Ziggler for Over the Limit. And let's go to the Money in the Bank ladder match now. I do not have a briefcase, so I'm going to be using this poker set I found. So, above the ring, we'll have 7 guys trying to take this pretend blue case down. So you got 7 guys. I have heard a rumor now that it's Antonio Cesaro and Wade Barrett who are in running to win this. I'm going to go through everyone and why or why not I can see them winning. Of course, then I'm going to pick my winner for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay, so I just want to point out to everybody that the WWE may have not realized this, that there are no faces in this match, no good guys. They're all heels, they're all bad guys. Just wanted to point that out. So now we have Fandango, or Fandumbo, or whatever. It's Fandumbo, I think Chris Jericho said. Doesn't matter. I don't really see him winning at all. There's no need for him to win. He just had a concussion. He just came back. I don't even see if he was going to go for the Intercontinental title. I can see that. Maybe at SummerSlam. I also see him turning face eventually. Because I just don't see this dancer gimmick going that long. You got the Rhodes Scholars. I can see Damien Sandow winning this. And one of them winning it and splitting up the team. But since they're a tag team, I think they won't win it. Cody Rhodes is actually entering into his 4th. He has the most experience in this match. I do see Cody Rhodes trying to turn face here in this moment. On the ladder, he takes on Sandile maybe at SummerSlam. I don't know what they're going to do there, but he hasn't really got a chance to speak verbally about this. I would have personally picked, now here's who I want to win, but I'm not going for him because I don't think the WWE's going to want to win, Jack Swagger. I think he's got potential, I think he's got talent, I love the We the People gimmick. I don't see Cesaro staying with it that long, eventually we're going to have this break up. But I don't think, because Cesaro was the United States Champion at WrestleMania and wasn't even on the card, so I can't see him winning there. Jack Swagger's 420 arrest is not going to help Jack Swagger win this. So, now we're down to 2, and a lot of people have been telling me, I don't have my US belt anywhere, so I'm not going to use it, because I didn't feel like it was needed here, because this is Money in the Bank. So, I can very much see at this point why people are saying the Shield needs to break up, but I think they can run a little bit longer, maybe a year, like the Aces and Eights of TNA. So, United States Champion, I feel he's not ready. I feel like give him till next year, and he definitely will be a champion next year, a world champion. Wade Barrett, he hasn't been seen really since losing the Intercontinental title rematch. But Wade Barrett, you saw him in Nexus. He led Nexus. So that's why I feel, and he was in the contention for the WWE title in Nexus. And then he went down to the Intercontinental title. And I feel like he's still a main eventer, and one day he could be the first world champion for Britain. So my pick for this match is going to be Wade Barrett. I don't know if that's the popular choice here over Dean Ambrose, but I feel Wade Barrett will win Money in the Bank come Sunday, and eventually cash it in on Dolph Ziggler. At the current moment, yes. So now we're going to get to the WWE title match. I'm going to say this as an actor. I don't have the other belt, so deal with this. So actually, this belt now is deactivated as the spinner belt. Is my World Wrestling Actors title. I just bring that up at every show. It's a deactivated title. When I return to the world of acting on a main stage like Disney, Nickelodeon, I would actually am hoping to get the. I'm hoping to get them to maybe have like a scene where I can defend this belt. Or obviously, I'm going to get a real belt made and have this as an end for PD Nice. I'll come out of retirement maybe one more time. We're not going to talk about that now. We're talking about Mark Henry versus John Cena. And going back to the acting, I thought that was an Emmy award-winning speech for Mark Henry. Other than that, he's really had John Cena's number. I see we're going to have a rematch at SummerSlam, just somehow. So maybe John Cena gets a quick win, like a roll-up, or a DQ, or a count-out where Mark Henry wins. And you can set up for a rematch at SummerSlam. I don't see this going very much further than that. For now, I can talk about more on SummerSlam, and I'll talk about that after the next match, Money in the Bank. So, without further ado, let's get to the Money in the Bank. And actually, I do have a Money in the Bank briefcase here. Red one. So, you got 6 guys in this one instead of 7. Kane was taken out on the rule with the Wyatt family. I don't think he was going to win anyway. If you put Brian Wyatt in Husky Harris, as you guys were chanting on Monday night, I don't think he would win because he's a newcomer. He's not an all-star. This is the all-star game, baby. We're going first. WWE's going first, man. So we're going to go one guy again. And I actually think I'm going to switch up to my pick. And I'm going to put him somewhere not at the end. And then I'll give you my prediction. That was stupid what I did with Wade Barrett. Oh, damn, I forgot. So, going back, rewind this again, because I forgot to say, Ziggler wins with a zigzag, and actually, that's all you need to know, because I gave my prediction on John Cena. Quick roll-up or something. Money in the Bank, you just climb the ladder. So, anyway, sorry about that. Money in the Bank. So, CM Punk, the best in the world. Obviously, somewhere Brock Lesnar's coming down, F5, off the ladder, which we're going to pick that up in just moments afterwards when we talk about SummerSlam. I got a couple matches set for SummerSlam. I don't know if you're going to like them. I really don't know. Because I think I got some creative stuff, but I think you will like that match because I have a special twist with Paul Heyman in there. And you'll get that in a matter of moments for people. So, I don't think that CM Punk will win because of that. RVD. Well, I think he can win this, and if I'm not going to say he does win this, but I think he's number 2 on my list to win it. So RVD's going to return. I think he could be very big here, but I don't think that he's coming back and winning the WWE title. That's all I'm saying. I love RVD. He's the whole effing show. Goatface, Daniel Bryan. I believe he is the one that we're going to have the winner with. I feel like he's the only one who has potential for Cena at SummerSlam. I feel like the kid worked his heart out, and I think he is really grown on me over this past year. Last year, when I had Money in the Bank, I would not have said that Daniel Bryan would have been this big. I love his goat face. I love the yes, yes, yes. I mean, I love this guy. His character, it's really good. So, I can see him winning. Randy Orton and Sheamus, I don't see them winning. I feel like we're going to even have that match at SummerSlam. One of them is going to turn heel. And I'll explain that later. Christian came back from an injury, too. Like I said, Fandango's not going to win because he just came back from injury. Christian just came back from injury. There's no way he can win this. I mean, one day will Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Christian be world champion again? Absolutely. Maybe not Christian, because his career is coming to an end soon, but I mean, Randy Orton, Sheamus will definitely be world champion again. So I'm going to go pick with Daniel Bryan. That's it for SummerSlam. Excuse me, for Money in the Bank. Now, for SummerSlam, I picked out some very interesting matches. Now, some of them are on the line, and we're already headed for them, but I'm just going to repeat them. Obviously, Christian versus Dean Ambrose for the United States title. I'm not giving predictions. I'm not giving results, so I'm just going to give predictions. So, Christian versus Dean Ambrose for the United States title. That's one, maybe even the pre-show. Divas Championship, AJ Lee versus Natalia, I picked. The Great Khali versus Big E Langston. Why? Because just off the Divas. Paul Heyman guy match. The Big Show versus RVD. Big Show returns to the face. I think that would be nice to see. We're going to talk about Paul Heyman one more. Hey, I'm going to main event surmise SummerSlam with Paul Heyman. What's the other match? I said already Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio for the heavyweight title. Curtis Axel, I would love to see him against Chris Jericho. Now he's picked up 2 victories. Chris Jericho over him. Maybe in like a 4-way, 1-on-1, or 4-way with The Miz and Ryback, maybe. I don't know. But like, the stipulation would be whoever gets the win forces the guy out. So like, Chris Jericho gets pinned and he has to go on tour with Fozzy. So we know that's going to happen. Another match I was thinking now, I don't know if this is going to happen because I don't know if he's medically clear to compete. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara teaming against We the People, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro, because of the Mexican. They're not illegal, or they don't seem to be legal. Gimmick going on there. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I feel Sheamus will be the heel. Maybe even Team Rhodes Scholar breaks up. Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, or they have like one more match. Like I was thinking, Rhodes Scholars versus the Usos versus Shield. Rollins and Reigns. I got all the titles on there. Well, except the WWE title is going to be obviously like Mark Henry versus Cena. I'm thinking if there's anybody else I really need to put on this card. I'm looking at my autographs around. Oh, yes, Kane. Kane, I'm going to say it's the Wyatt family versus Kane, the Undertaker. Maybe not medically clear, so he can stay off a little bit. And maybe on the last Raw before we go in, right? The Rock. Maybe comes back. I know that's a long shot for The Rock to come back here. But we'll see what happens. Looking around my posters, maybe we got one more guy we can put on this card before we go to the main event. I can't see you. Expect to do something with the Vince McMahon Triple H storyline there. That is something to think about. So, your main event is going to be Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. That's no negotiation there. Honestly, there's no negotiation there. I feel like... Oh, and Daniel Bryan. Put Daniel Bryan in a match. Maybe Bryan versus Barrett. Hey, that could work. But I was putting Dango maybe in a 6-man against, like, a jobber match, actually. Like, he turns face. He's going up against teaming with Tons of Funk and against 3MB or something like stupid like that. Thinking of Money in the Bank now, guys in the card for Money in the Bank. Let's see. Well, I put Ambrose into a match. I put Barrett into a match. Rhodes Scholar I put into a match. Alright, so I think I got everybody who's important. They were on this card. They were obviously important. So, Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. What can make it better? CM Punk is not going to have Paul Heyman. I think Brock Lesnar will have Paul Heyman. So how can I... My thing is going on. Sorry. ADD. Anyway. So, what can make it all better? I say we have a special guest referee put in store for this match. Who would you say I would want as a special guest referee? There's only one name that comes to mind. Paul Heyman's original client. He's all grown up. Yeah, I said it. I want everyone to know that. I said it. All grown up. His original client, and now we get to see him all grown up too. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I say he screws over CM Punk. And we go to New Orleans, Stone Cold versus CM Punk. I just read an interview. Stone Cold's ready to go. Let's hope it's CM Punk. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for my Money in the Bank preview, for watching my preview show, and my preview for Money in the Bank, and my SummerSlam prediction card. Know, if anybody is watching this, that I happen to be wanting to work with somebody from Grown Ups too. I'm not going to mention them because I don't really want to give a lot of information out here. But I did not have any intention of sucking up to him. If I was sucking up to anyone, it was Steve Austin, Stone Cold. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I'm thinking sign language, and I felt like that had to be said. Stone Cold, that was for you. And as Stone Cold would say, oh, I did forget something. I wanted to say rest in peace to Doink the Clown. He just passed away. That's the first time I'm on a broadcast since then. Rest in peace. You're clowning around in heaven now. So as I would normally do, I'll end my show with my signature catchphrases stolen from Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mick Foley. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. And that's the nicest line because PD Nice said so. Now give me a stay nice for disability rights. Actually, no. This is Stone Cold. I said Stone Cold's going to be on this card. It's the bottom line because PD Nice said so. 1, 2, give me a hell yeah if you want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin on this card. Hell to the yeah.